Sara Baume, we're here at the Dalkey Book Festival 2015. And you've just given a pretty interesting hour of recounting the process of writing your book. I'd like to ask you, this process of writing a book in the figure of a 57-year-old man, was that a difficult thing to do?
It was and it wasn't. I think it suited him. Sorry, excuse me.
Okay.
It couldn't possibly have been anything but a 50-year-old man, because I wanted him to be an extreme of, I guess, the loneliness that I was feeling. I wanted it to be taking everything to extremes in an older character, and I think this icon of an older man is everywhere in small Irish villages, rural places. Everyone knows this guy when I mention him. So no, it wasn't that hard. It was really so much rooted in myself and then aged and.
I like that. I was reminded of B.B. King talking to Bono in this film called Rattle and Hum. And B.B. King said to Bono, you're a very young man to be writing such deep lyrics. And it reminded me a little about this persona of a 57-year-old man in your book.
Yeah. Maybe I'm an old soul. I think you have to be a bit to be a writer. I mean, he has a very strange sense of the world. So in a way, I wasn't writing a typical 57-year-old man. So I think I got away with things that I maybe wouldn't have otherwise.
Yes. Okay. If I can just ask you then also about this process of being a writer, where I think you said in the Irish Times you are a little bit anxious about the second novel. That you're not so sure about that, and you seem very realistic in that interview. Generally, writers have a very good penchant for turning their back on reality, but here you seem to have the opposite.
I think there's always pressure with the first book you have no idea what to expect. You're really just writing it with your fingers crossed, I suppose. And so there's also no expectation, and there's a freedom that comes from that. With the second book, suddenly you expect something of yourself that you didn't expect. You put yourself under pressure, even if there aren't other people outside world doing it. So, in one sense, it's easier to write the second one because I know that it will be published at the end of it, and in another sense, it's hard because I know it has something to live up to, whereas the first one didn't at all.
Okay. All right. Then if I can just ask you, do you have any particular Irish literature that has influenced you?
It's funny because when I was a kid reading and then a teenager and then I was reading things from outside of Ireland, I think it was a form of escapism, and it's only now that I'm a bit more that I'm looking at what my peers do, and looking at the Irish literature that I'm a part of now, in a sense. So I can't. So it's a tricky question. I guess I should name drop. I'm reading my peers at the moment, I guess. I think Belinda McKeown is great. Gavin Corbett has an interesting book out at the moment. Colin Barrett, obviously Kevin Barry, Eamon McBride. There's a great scene happening at the moment. So you don't have to look far.
Okay. Thanks very much for talking to us.
Okay. Thank you very much.